A Roth conversion can be a valuable planning tool, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. Some people assume it's always a good idea, while others avoid it because they're worried about the taxes. The reality is that whether a Roth conversion makes sense depends on your individual circumstances. I'm Bobby Finn with Beacon Light Wealth Management, and today I'll explain what a Roth conversion is, how it works, when people often consider one, and several important factors to think through before making a decision. A Roth conversion is simply moving money from a pre-tax retirement account, such as a traditional IRA or an old employer retirement plan that's eligible for a conversion, into a Roth IRA. Here's why people pay attention to it. You're moving money that generally hasn't been taxed yet into an account where earnings have the potential to grow tax-free, and qualified withdrawals may also be tax-free if IRS requirements are met. Because that money hasn't been taxed yet, the amount you convert is generally included in your taxable income for the year of the conversion. For example, if you convert $40,000 from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, that $40,000 is generally added to your taxable income for that year. The conversion itself isn't subject to the 10% early withdrawal penalty simply because you converted the funds, although taxes may be due on the converted amount. The big question becomes, would paying taxes now potentially be more beneficial than paying taxes later? There are several reasons someone might consider a Roth conversion. One common reason is that if they expect their taxable income or tax rates applicable to them to be higher later in retirement. For example, someone who has recently retired but hasn't started Social Security or required minimum distributions may have a temporary period of lower taxable income. Some investors consider those years to recognize additional taxable income before other income sources begin. Another consideration is required minimum distributions. Traditional retirement accounts generally require RMDs beginning at the applicable IRS age. Under current law, Roth IRAs do not require RMDs during the original owner's lifetime. That can provide additional flexibility over how retirement assets are withdrawn. Some investors also appreciate having multiple sources of retirement income, both taxable and potentially tax-free, which may provide greater flexibility when it comes to managing taxable income. This is where planning becomes especially important. A Roth conversion isn't automatically beneficial simply because tax-free withdrawals sound appealing. First, you generally owe income taxes on the amount converted. A larger conversion increases your taxable income for that year, and while it automatically doesn't move you into a higher tax bracket, portions of the conversion may be taxed at higher marginal tax rates as your income goes up. Second, the additional income could affect other parts of your financial picture. Depending on your circumstances, it may impact things like Medicare, IRMA surcharges, how Social Security gets taxed, certain tax credits or deductions you receive, Affordable Care Act premium tax credits before Medicare eligibility. Another consideration is how you'll pay those taxes. Some investors choose to pay the tax from assets outside retirement accounts when appropriate, allowing for more retirement assets to remain invested inside the Roth IRA. Finally, remember that tax laws can change over time. Since none of us know exactly what future tax rates or tax laws will look like, Roth conversions decisions are often evaluated as part of a broader retirement income and tax planning strategy rather than in total isolation. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you should convert your entire IRA all at once. For many people, that could create a significant amount of taxable income in one single year. Instead, some investors evaluate partial Roth conversions over several years. That approach may allow them to spread taxable income across many tax years than just recognizing everything all at once. Whether that's appropriate depends on your overall financial situation, expected retirement income, tax considerations, and overall long-term planning goals. Roth conversions aren't about avoiding taxes. They're about evaluating when paying taxes may be more beneficial based off your personal financial situation. For some people, a Roth conversion may be a valuable planning strategy. For others, it may not be the right fit. The key is evaluating the decision as part of your overall financial plan and tax plan. If you'd like to discuss whether a Roth conversion could make sense as part of your retirement strategy, I'd be happy to have a conversation. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like, comment, subscribe for more educational videos on retirement planning, investing, tax planning. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.